I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Yo, what up? Good evening, everybody. We're not starting for another 10 minutes, but I was literally just sitting here waiting, so I figured I'd go live, hang out with the comments. Well, let me just send an invite to Toast and Trevor so they can come in when they're ready. Mets on a 5-game winning streak with Senga on the mound. Nats on a 4-game losing streak. No need to get cute here. I bet that game. What's up, everybody? Giants comeback. Oh, you know what? I thought you were talking about the New York Giants for a second because the NFL did anyone see that? So the NFL Instagram account posted a clip from, I guess, the Giants camp. And it was just a clip of, like, the edge rushers doing some drills, and it was like, Giants pass rush is looking mean or something, and the comments were funny as hell. How was my day? My day was solid. Placed 7 bets tonight. So that's a lot for me for a single MLB slate, but I made a few dollars. I went 4-3. Wasn't like a crazy night, but placed 7 bets and finished the night with more money than when I started. I consider that a victory. So it was all right. Fun Wednesday. Started off 2-0. Then things took a little bit of a slide, but got it back there. The Orioles getting me that over. They scored all those runs in the bottom of the 8th. That was huge for me. How about those Raiders building the defense? I haven't really looked into that. How long did it take you to take gambling as a full-time job? Well, I am not a professional gambler. I consider myself a small business owner. Like, this is a media company, so I own the company. So it would take a while to build your bankroll up like that. And also, I don't think I could ever do it. Not that I'm not capable of it, but I love. But, like, I'm not passing on a Monday Night Football game, man. If I'm placing a bet because I like to have fun. I love sweating with the group. So if you want to turn that page and say, I no longer want to be a fun content creator, I want to be a professional bettor, then you have to eliminate a lot of the fun out of it because you can't just, like, there's going to be times where, like, it's an NFL Sunday and you only have one bet. Which is, I'm not doing that, man. If it's NFL Sunday, I want some action down. So, I like it, in order to take the step. Not that, like I said, not that I don't think I'm capable of it. I have been beating the closing line pretty consistently. It's just I would have to sacrifice a lot of the fun about sports betting, and I am unwilling to do that. I will take this job over that job for me personally, a personal preference. A-Step, what's up, man? Can we take Brewers money line? I'm on the Brew Crew. I am on the Brew Crew. We had a long talk about that one in the voice chat. Kyle, are you ready for football season? Yeah, man. I've been grinding out some football stuff. Me and Scoop actually recorded for 97 minutes straight yesterday. We were doing the American Athletic Conference, so we're going conference to conference. But yeah, what I did was I have stuff like this. I'll show you. What I got. So just depth charts and just basic off-season notes we're running through here. Stuff like that. But yeah. Anyone know Kyle's story? It's amazing when he's built. Oh, yeah. I talked about it a little bit on Guy Boston's channel. We did like a podcast thing. Sauce, tell your niece I want to subscribe to her YouTube podcast. Man, she is... It's cool because I thought it was just like she came to me and was like, "Can I be on your podcast?" And I was like, "Who the hell taught you what a podcast was?" But I thought it was just like a fun thing. My brother, her dad. It's my brother's daughter, my goddaughter. She's telling me she's all in. Like, he got her a microphone, and they're going to set up, like, a private YouTube channel so no one can see it, but, like, she can, and she wants to do a fashion podcast, man. She's all in. Like, she's pumped. How's my week so far? Going well, man. Kyle, do you like the Oilers at plus 120? I have no freaking idea. Didn't even know they were playing. What's your height and weight? I don't know how much I weigh. I don't know how much I weigh. I'm 5'7", though. Couldn't tell. I probably haven't weighed myself in 8 years. Do you like baked ziti? Yeah, man. My mom's 100% Italian. Yeah, who doesn't like baked ziti? Huh. You answered your own question here, man. He says, so I keep getting up on the books, and then I keep losing all my money back. Then I have to dip back into my pockets. I'm assuming it's because all of the 5 legs. Yes, man. Stop placing 5-leg parlays. So it's not that parlays are, without a doubt, a bad bet, but the chance that you're going to find more than one positive EV bet on the exact same sports book at the exact same time, it's very slim. So in all likelihood, 99.999999999% of parlays are mathematically poor bets. Kyle, do you bet tennis? Sometimes I tail Jess. I don't know too much about it. Daniel Caps. All I know is the Mets have the best record in the MLB. That's all I know also, brother. You'll love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Grimace, man. So Ace then goes, Kyle, these questions, bro. Yeah, I mean, I think if I was really going to do a Q&A, like a real Q&A, I think I'm supposed to give people like a day's notice so that they can be like, oh, I want to be there because I want to ask him this. I just kind of like threw this down the middle. Do you like baked ziti? Sauce, you going to do an early NFL Week 1 predictions video? Not an early Week 1 predictions video. What I'm doing this year is it's going to be an off-season thing. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm doing it differently this year, but I promise you guys are going to like. I'm actually really excited about the way I've decided to do it this year. I'm kind of pissed I didn't think of this last year. So it's going to be. There's going to be timestamps, and it's just going to be like the off-season video, and then you click. So it's going to. I'm calling it the Almanac. So it's going to be a video that's like 6 hours long, but with all the timestamps. So you keep referencing back to it, like, oh, what did he say about the Seahawks again? So that's how I'm doing it this year. But all right, let's get these clowns on the screen. Oh, no, that's not Jonesy. So Tamar Duke says best record means nothing. If you guys learned nothing from this NBA season, unfortunately, he's correct. It does mean nothing. It's cool though. It's a Mets fan. We're allowed to be happy, but yes, the draw to conclusion based on that is some wild shit. I will say though, for the Mets to be in first place and have this good of a record with no Sean Manaea, I mean, you'll take that. Yeah. Do you look to eventually collaborate and expand so you could possibly have many shows under the network? I've thought about it. It's tough. Yeah, I guess the answer is yes, but I don't know if I necessarily want it to be all on this channel or if I want to start. I think me and Guy Boston are starting a new channel where we have one show a week, and it's going to be an NFL weekly recap show. So like one podcast once a week that's like Sunday nights late, where it's just me and him. And because we were talking how because we do these shows where we give out picks, we don't really get to like just bullshit as much. That's why I like this midnight show, because we can bullshit a little more. But so me and Guy Boston are it's gonna be a new channel that we're the hosts of this podcast, where it's not on this channel per se. So yeah, I definitely want to expand it some way, but I don't know. So far, everything leading here was not forced, as in the right decision presented itself to me when it was, I rather than like make these grandiose plans or say I'm going to do this or I'm going to do this, I kind of just keep grinding, and like the right decision presents itself when it's time to make said decision, if that makes any sense.
Kyle also has standards, and he works very, very hard, so you can't just be willy-nilly on it. I
can't do the spamming bad content thing. I refuse to do that.
There's a lot of boxes you have to check, and that's a very positive thing. That's why the channel is what it is. But that's why I'm not doing a baseball podcast, because it's just really hard to produce that to the level that he would want on his channel, that I wouldn't feel embarrassing even asking him to like put on his channel type of thing. So
I refuse to like put a show out if I don't think it's great content. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not easy to throw together like an excellent show that you can count on. I kind of wanted to do, maybe this is more next year, but I kind of want to do like Legaza's morning show on the channel, but it turns out we would have to produce it, and it's maybe next year. But hey, what's up, everybody? It's midnight, so let's get started. We're into Thursday. As far as Wednesday, I did have a winning day, so I suppose that's positive. I didn't really make any money, 0.31 units, but hey, green is green. Placed 7 bets today. Started off 2-0 too with the Phillies and Guardians. Then lost a bunch in a row. Well, lost 2 in a row. Seattle Mariners are trash, man, for not getting me my over. And then the A's blew the lead. That would have been a big one. I will take the profitable day because my bets got smoked by the market, which is obviously never what you want to see. So the fact that I ended today in the green despite getting negative CLV almost across the board, I will definitely take that.
You could be me and get positive and still lose. So
I suppose you could be that. So we're going to move on to Thursday. Only 8 games, so this won't be the longest stream. We'll start out with Texas, Minnesota, and I bet this one. I don't want to say I'm tailing, but I'm kind of just tailing the guys in the group here. Everyone was really big on this one, and I was just like, I'm in. First 5 under 5. I'm a little sketchy that they're giving us a 5 here. With Texas bats, I mean, does the market think Texas lineup is waking up? Regardless, Bailey Ober's been the man. Weather is not really conducive for scoring runs. It's not anything terrible, but wind slightly blowing in. A minus 13% home run index in this one. So weather's not exactly conducive for scoring runs. Corbin's been great. On paper, Bailey Ober should deal. And I think Corbin can hold it together. I got a 5 at minus 130. I'm talking about the first 5 under, by the way. So kind of tailing the people in the group here in the voice chat. In fact, before I pass the mic over to these guys, let's see what they typed up here. So this is the results of the voice chat tonight. So, yes, you can see Shriek is on the first 5 with me. Oh, he got a minus 120, though. I got minus 130. Charles... First 5 under 4.5. So, yeah, we were kind of all collectively as a group on that first 5 under. Toast, what do you think?
I played Rangers first 5 money line plus 135 personally. I know it's worrying about the Rangers bats versus Bailey Ober, and I do think that it's possible that they're able to get some runs in here. Ober definitely struggled. First of all, he hasn't really been the same over his last 3 starts or so. The xFIP's really high. He gave up a whole bunch of hits to Kansas City. He kind of got rocked by Seattle and Toronto. Maybe not rocked by Seattle, but it really wasn't a good performance not to warrant this type of price. And then, like I said, he struggles with lefty bats. So you're going to have Smith, Seager, and Evan Carter, who's been really hot. And then the other bats in that lineup that have seen him really well. I don't really worry about Langford. He's fine, but Marcus Semien starting to heat up. He's also 7 of 13 off of him in his career. Adolis Garcia, another guy that's kind of struggled this year, but 3 of 6 off him in his career as well. So Jonah Heim can hit from the left-hand side of the plate as well if so need be. I do think and then as far as Patrick Corbin is concerned, I mean, he's been consistently good this whole year, and this Twins team versus left-handed pitching has been kind of hit or miss for me. So I know that they got to the guys in Oakland, or against the guys in Oakland, but besides that, it's kind of really haven't been doing anything against them. So I have a hard time believing that Patrick Corbin, again, doesn't pitch well here today. So I took the nice plus price with the Rangers in the first 5.
Kool-Aid's in the comments, says Caesar's only spot. I see a 5 left, and it's minus 130. That's the exact bet I got. Caesar's first 5 under 5 minus 130. I got it at Caesar. So that's the exact one I took. What about Jonesy?
Yeah, Rangers I'm seeing, well, Guadalajara, I'm seeing plus 151 for the money line. Like, I don't hate that. I know I hate the Rangers. They can't score, they can't do shit, but Minnesota's not great versus lefties at all. And at plus 150, I thought it was worth a stab. I mean, they put up what, a month's worth of runs yesterday. They followed up with seven hits today. How many base runners? 9 base runners. They only got 2 runs. I think they can kind of do a little better than that tomorrow. At this price, plus 150 is a little crazy, in my opinion. But I also like Patrick Corbin under hits allowed. I mean, if you look at lefties versus Twins here, they've gotten 2, 4, 4, 6, 4, 9 off of Kikuchi, 6 off Sale when he was shitting the bed earlier this year, and then 4, 0, 2, 6, 3, 5, 5, 4, 4. Like, they've been struggling to hit lefties. So under 5.5 minus 130, I didn't hate that either. But Texas money line or Corbin, like I want to back Texas one way or another tomorrow. Like, I had the Twins tonight. I think Texas kind of bounced back a little bit tomorrow, and it's day baseball, which means throw all logic out the window. Nobody likes Corbin. Tomorrow I want to back him because.
And to your point about the Twins against lefties, because this is a good point by Trevor here. So if you look at the lefties that have pitched against the Twins, you might look here and be like, oh shit, they did hit a few lefties. Keep in mind, this is in the minor league, the minor league Sacramento ballpark there against Jeffrey Springs, Jacob Lopez. You rewind before that, I mean, they weren't really touching lefties back here. So yeah, I think Patrick Corbin, I'm not expecting 5 shutout innings, but I think Patrick Corbin could hold the Twins to 2 or 3 maximum. So if that happens, then I think I hit this or push at the best. So first 5 under 5. Let's move on. Nats on the road in New York, and I bet this one. So yeah, I'm on the Nats team total over 2.5 at minus 140. So Nationals team total over. I'll write it on the screen so you all could see it. And I like this one. I think this is a good bet. Minus 140, obviously on the expensive side. Hold on. Team total over 2.5, minus 140. So obviously minus 140 is on the expensive side, but I think there's a lot of things that are pointing towards Washington scoring runs here. One sec. Let me just get this up. Nationals team total over 2.5. That graphic looks crazy. I'll fix it in a second, but all right.
It's like Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, I just butchered those colors. I forgot I didn't make set graphics. So, all right. So, let's head over to the spreadsheet. There's a couple things I want to point out here. All right. So, we got Nationals, Mets. All right. So, Kodai Senga, obviously, surface level, everyone's going to be like, Nats are not going to touch Kodai Senga. But hold on. What does Kodai Senga struggle with?
Lefty bats.
Lefty bats, 455 xBIP, 155 whip, 341 WOBA against lefties. Elite numbers against righties. Why is that significant? Because the Nats have a billion lefties in the lineup. They're extremely lefty heavy. So right off the bat, we got a bunch of lefties in Washington against Kodai Senga, whose weakness is pitching to lefty bats. So you like that. Also, this is a Nationals lineup that hits better on the road. In the last 30 days, this is a top 5 lineup on the road. Top 5 in baseball. So they hit on the road. They've got lefties. Solid start. And then the icing on the cake for me here was the weather. You got wind blowing out to right field. I know it's Citi Field. It's a pitcher's park. But you have wind blowing out to right field, which should help those same lefty bats. So I don't even want to get involved with Soroka trying to pitch to the Mets lineup. I'm good there. But obviously, I would imagine the Mets can score some runs. I would lean towards the over as well. But I like the Nats to get to that third run. I am on Washington team total over 2.5. Toast?
I played the over 8 personally. I couldn't agree more about the national side of it. I also, as far as the weather is concerned, is going to be like 90 degrees at Citi Field tomorrow. So, I mean, that helps just everything in general. But I would also say that I think Kodai Senga is amazing. This is me not trying to take shots at him, but he has faced the Rockies his last couple starts. The Dodger start was obviously really good. And then Boston, Pittsburgh, I mean, and then Arizona's are fine. But I mean, since the 15th or the 19th of May, I mean, he hasn't really faced that good of competition. I wouldn't consider Boston great competition personally. And on top of that, I mean, Soroka, you got Soroka coming off of probably the best you'll ever see him, or at least is nowadays, coming off of a 6 innings, no runs against Texas. I have a hard time believing that the Mets don't put some runs on the board as well. So I think that national team total is more than live. I like that a lot as well. But I think this total is going to close at 8.5 tomorrow. I think I should be sitting pretty with this 8. So I'm sure it'll be 5-2 Nats.
Southpaw in the comments says the Nats couldn't hit a damn beach ball tonight. Yeah, that is true. But that was against David Peterson, who's a lefty. I would not back the Nationals against a lefty, but Kodai Senga's a righty, and he's a righty that struggles with lefty bats. So I think it's a decent spot for the Nats to get to 3 here. What do you think, Jonesy?
Yeah, I kind of like the under, to be honest. I know it's fantastic hitting weather. It's going to be almost 90 degrees, everything. But the Nats have kind of struggled a little bit lately. The Mets, I know they scored a little bit of runs, but they did that in extra innings the other day. I'll be honest, I don't know what the score was today, but I think it was 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0. So yeah, they're hitting a little bit, but I don't know if both teams are just going to combine and light these guys up. Soroka's been fine. I know he went to Arizona and gave up 4, but other than that, 3-3-2, 4-4, Cleveland and Toronto, the first 2 starts of his season. Outside of that, he's been fine. It sucks to have to believe in the Nats bullpen, but I just think both would kind of struggle a little bit here. But I do like Kodai Senga under strikeouts also, under 5.5. This year, the last 2 games he's gone over, it was Colorado and I forget the other. But other than that, he's finishing with 4 or 5 strikeouts. And you guys already went over it. He struggles versus lefties, which the Nats have plenty of. And the Nats, they've been all right lately. They're not amazing. They're not lighting the scoreboard up, but they're not just laying down and just dying and whiffing at everything and giving up 7-8 strikeouts to starters. So I like the under strikeouts, especially for 5.5. I think they'll be fine. And if you think they're going to, get some runs off of Senga potentially, maybe that just kind of shortens up the length of his outing and he gets out of there with 4 or 5 strikeouts and they go to the bullpen after 5 innings or so.
Someone said, Sauce, I like how you share the picks by the leaders. Oh, the people from the voice chat. Yeah, I'll bring that up. The thought behind this was we have this voice chat from 10:30 to midnight, right, where there's everyone's contributing. There's sometimes 10 or 11 people speaking in there, and there's a lot of people just listening, and there's some good stuff shared in there. And then after, I would come live, and it's I'm sharing other people's stuff sometimes. I would share something I heard from Adam, and then those people weren't getting credit for the thing. So I thought this is a way that those people who are sharing in the voice chat could get some credit. But in this one, me and Charles both took the Nats team total over, and McIver was in the chat tonight. He's on Mets minus 1.5. And look, there's no reason for the Mets to save anything. They have a series starting against Tampa tomorrow. They don't have to travel. Obviously, the division game against the Nats is more important. So I really don't think there's much there to justify a Nats money line, but I do think the Nats get to 3. Let's move on. Giants, Rockies in Coors Field, and I'm going to come out and say it. Kind of want to bet the Rocks. I think they're going to win.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because the Giants on the road offensively are terrible, right? So, not that I'm expecting Senzatella to pitch well, but I think he could pitch somewhat decent by his standards. By his standards. And what I mean by that is 4 2/3, 3 runs. And if that happens, I think the Rockies are going to be in a position to win this baseball game. I actually think they're going to have the advantage later in the game. The Giants immediately fly out to L.A. to play the Dodgers right after this. No days off. Birdsong's absolutely shit. I kind of think the Rockies are going to win this game. Getaway day. I didn't bet this. I want to be very clear. I just let the record show I wanted to bet this. Toast?
It would only be Giants first 5 on the run line, but actually I don't even think you can get -0.5. So, it would be Giants or pass. Birdsong has one of these guys that, you can say what you want, but he's been pretty damn good this year. I will give you that he doesn't go deep into games, so if there's going to be a situation in the Giants bullpen, then you have that. But he's faced this Colorado lineup twice last year for 11 total innings, 20 strikeouts, only 5 walks and 2 runs. He had 12 strikeouts last year in Coors Field. So I don't really think his kick change really matters when it's up in that elevation of Coors Field. And then as far as Senzatella is concerned, if he goes 4 innings and gives up 4 runs, I mean, I guess that's a good start. I don't know. The Giants put 4 on him in San Francisco with a swirling wind. So even with Chapman out of the lineup, I don't have a hard time believing the Giants will score tomorrow. So I'm not betting it, but it would only be the Giants for me.
Yeah, Giants sound free. Trev?
Kind of like the under, or even a Rockies team total under, because Birdsong, on the road, I'll give him this.
Are you guys kidding me? You guys all right, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry to cut you.
No, please make the case that he's bad.
Yeah, go for it.
You can do that too. Go ahead.
The case is
All
he's
right.
bad. Period. End of case.
He is decent on the road versus righties. I mean, on the road versus righties, he's got his lowest fly ball rate in the against home or away splits versus righties or lefties, 36%. Hard hit percentage is only 24%. I know it's going to be 88 degrees tomorrow, but the wind's blowing in and then it's blowing left and then it's blowing out at the end of the game. I think he can be fine. And let's look at the Rockies lineup. Oh, that is 1, 2, 3, carry the 4. That is 8 righties in a nine-man lineup versus projected, I should say, versus Birdsong tomorrow. And that's where he thrives most. Doesn't give up a lot of fly ball. Doesn't give up a lot of hard contact on the road versus righties. I know it's going to be hot and all that shit, but it's not like the Rockies are amazing. Like, yes, they're scoring 5 or 6, but I think Birdsong is going to be able to keep him down tomorrow. I like that San Fran -1.5. I like the Rockies team total under. I like the under. Which way I back this, not sure, but I will be one way or another. But I don't think the Rockies will win this game. We already saw them blow a 3-run lead today. We saw them blow a 3-run 9th-inning lead yesterday. Like, no lead is safe. Like, if the Rockies go up at any point in this game, just live bet San Francisco. Like, they have 11 wins for a reason. They don't win games. They can't close games out. So it'll be fading the Rockies one way or another, whether it's a full game under or their team total.
I kind of want to bet this now just because your guys' short memory when it comes to Birdsong doesn't even make sense.
It's the Rockies. This is a AA lineup. Like,
Again,
throw out all that other shit. Even if the White Sox got 'em.
No Duvall available.
What does that have to do with? What's Duvall have to do with Birdsong? You still haven't made one point.
I'm making a case for the Rockies to a Rockies bet at +185.
Just bet the plus like 2.5 at -120.
No, I don't need them. I think the Rockies are going to win.
I don't need those points with the Rockies.
Fine, I'll just do it privately.
do it.
then. I am doing
Do it.
it.
I was already.
Think
I
I'm
was.
scared of
I was your co-star in this movie 2 weeks ago. I've seen this movie. It's all right. It doesn't end well for you though. Just so you know.
+188 on FanDuel. 0.75 units.
Seems like you really have a lot of faith in them then. You can't even go full unit.
At +188.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Birdsong has gone 5 innings, once or twice this entire season?
Yeah, but he's playing a AA lineup tomorrow. This is different. The Rockies are like in a whole different tier versus anybody
I'm sure he
else.
throws an absolute gem in Coors Field.
I'm not saying he's going to throw a gem, but I don't think he's
year.
going to get lit up for 4 or 5.
He's not going to make it through 5 innings.
And last year's Rocky team was better.
What's his outs listed at? Let's take a gander.
Probably like 14.5.
It's a matter. It's
don't
just a
even
matter
have
of his control. I mean, the only reason he was short last game is because he had 5 walks.
His control is freaking crazy, dude.
Right. Well, I mean, he had 5 walks his last time out. He had 2 walks his previous 3 starts. So again, if he's not walking guys, he should be fine to go 5+. If he is walking guys, Kyle probably wins this bet. It's kind of the question with him.
The Rockies swing at everything. He's not walking his way into trouble tomorrow.
Trevor didn't even give a number on the Rockies team total under.
Oh, 4.5. My bad. At least I believe it was. Let me double check.
All right, let's
4.5, 120.
minus
Yeah, I was
120.
gonna say, I didn't know the minus on it, but yeah.
Next up, Tigers, Orioles. A lot of chatter in the voice chat about this one. And look, Charles is a few French fries short of a Happy Meal sometimes when it comes to talk about the Orioles. And he puts on a brave face like he's giving actual analysis, and it's definitely just fanboy shit. But I don't disagree that the Tigers are a little expensive here. Jonesy, would you consider the Orioles at this number?
Maybe only because the Tigers aren't like lighting it up right now, but it's the Scoopster. Like Scooby's going. You got to play Detroit first 5 minus a half. Maybe even an Orioles team total under. Like, could they win 3-2 or something like that? Yeah, but I don't want to fade Scooble. Like, I would back him in the first 5 or maybe his under earned, anything like that. But he's been absolutely lights out. Like he's on a mission for another Cy Young award. I know the Orioles have been hitting a little bit lately, but they just put up 10 for the second time this season. I think the offense gets a little regress tomorrow. So, I mean, I don't hate the under. Detroit first 5.
Detroit first 5 is minus 130 for the run line.
That's what I paid.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's telling you. It's
Yeah.
Scooby. I mean, honestly, if Detroit gets 1, there's a chance. 2, I think they're fine. If they get 1, I think they have a solid shot at this. I know it's going to be 95 degrees and winds out about 4 miles an hour roughly tomorrow, but it's Scooble Day. Kremer, like, you gonna bet the cream? No, thank you. It would be Tigers first 5 or a full game under for me, to be honest.
All right, Toast, you're on that too.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a huge starting pitching advantage here, and we can start with Kramer, who his home starts this year. Let me get my handy-dandy yellow paper out. Cleveland, the Royals, the Twins, and the White Sox, 3 of those teams that can't hit. One of those teams, the Twins, that can hit, destroyed him at home. He really struggles versus lefty bats. That's all you're going to get with Detroit is a whole bunch of lefty bats. And then you have an Orioles team that still really doesn't hit left-handed pitching to save their life. So they got 4 on J.P. Sears on the 6th of this month. And previous to that, they had scored 2 runs or more twice. Once off of Rodon on the 29th of April and once off of Mackenzie Gore on the 16th of May. So if they randomly show up against Scooble on a nice day in Baltimore, they can have my money. But I'll take my chances in the first 5 with Detroit.
Doesn't
I would just take Baltimore first 5 money line if I was you.
No, if I play Baltimore, it'd be the full game, but I can't. I'm not betting this. I'll put the Orioles up because I think this is an insane price. I think that the Tiger, they're juicing the hell out of the Tigers side.
What do you think it should be?
Against Baltimore, I mean, I don't think Baltimore's nearly as bad as their record indicates, and I don't think the Tigers are nearly as good as their record indicates. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if come August, these two teams are pretty close in terms of within 5-6 games of each other. So the idea that they're minus 190 on the road, that means in Detroit, what would they be, minus 250 against Baltimore? I mean, this isn't the freaking White Sox. Dean Kramer has been significantly better at home. That is a thing. 2 of his 3 home starts were excellent this year. Yeah. The Tigers,
the Royals and the White Sox too.
The Tigers right now are on that. The Tigers are not hitting right now. I think they're 24th in WRC plus in the last 2 weeks. I'm not betting this. I think the price is crazy for Detroit. So if we're playing the number, I think plus 160 is very, very valuable on the Baltimore side. I just don't have the actual backbone to place the bet.
I think they're begging you to take Baltimore at that number, to be honest.
If you think that Baltimore
begging you to do
these
anything.
2 teams, if you think these 2 teams are going to have a close record, I would bet Baltimore whatever you can with their team total or season win total live. Because, I mean, Detroit's 20 games over 500, Baltimore's 6 games under 500. I mean, the turnaround for those 2 teams would be catastrophic.
You say, what'd you say? Say that again.
Baltimore is 6 games under 500 as we speak.
Let's see, 8 games.
Detroit's 20 games over.
Oh, I see. You're doing it that way. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. The same for these teams that have close to the same record, Detroit would have to completely fall off.
I mean, I think they kind of are already. The bats are in the bottom 10 for the last 2 weeks. I don't.
I mean, they're 13-7 their last 20. I mean, I guess
the offenses are falling off, man.
But it's Scoopster Day. They're going to show up.
All right. Next up, Cardinals, Brewers, and we went back and forth on this one for a while.
Big day for Milwaukee fans. Big day.
Dude, I'm fucking amped. I cannot wait.
Did you bet them? I was gonna bet them, but
I bet them. I'm waiting to see. Well, I didn't say I haven't yet.
I wasn't talking to you, emotional.
Oh, Oh, emotional? No, this is fucking Jake Mizorowski, baby. I'm fucking ready for this kid.
I knew you were betting him.
All right,
That was
tell us about Mizorowski, Trev.
All right, this dude is fucking filthy. He's had 2 bad games all of AAA this year. I mean, he gave up 5 to the Charlotte Knights, 2 home runs in that. Other than that, the Indianapolis Indians, he gave up. By the way, how does a AAA team still get to be called the Indians, but Cleveland has to change to the Guardians? That's fucking bullshit. But anyway, yeah, I know, but bullshit. He gave up 5 there, and he had 6 walks. 6 walks against the Indians. He does carry a little bit of a walk issue. I'll give you that. He averages 2-3 a game. Like that has been an issue. If you can get a line on his walks over 1.5, I honestly would play that. I think he's gonna be a little over amped, but at the same time, this dude's striking out 8, 11, 9, 8, 7, 5, like 6. Like he's got the strikeout stuff. He doesn't give up a lot of runs. What he does, it's because of the long ball, or he walks 7 guys a game.
Oh, it's only because of the long ball. So
okay, he gave up 5 earned. There was 2 home runs. I mean, that entire month he gave up 2 home runs, and then he gave up 2 the entire next month. So if he gave up 2 tomorrow, yes, he'll probably get some runs on. If he walks 7 guys, yeah, he's probably gonna freaking give up some runs. But regardless, he's got the stuff. He's got the strikeout stuff. By the way, he throws heat. I'm not sure if you know. He threw 103 miles an hour this year. He's got the heat. He can absolutely do this. The Braves have never seen him. Cardinals have never seen him. This is a big game. If they didn't think he was ready, they would not start him in a divisional game midway through the season. Or roughly. He'll be fine. The bats are going to show up for him. Sonny Gray just pitched a gem versus the Dodgers. He's due for a little bit of regression here. Give me the Brewers. Like everyone's gonna fade Mizorowski, AAA guy making his first start. You're getting the Cardinals at a cheap price. Sonny Gray been so good. Yada yada yada. Fuck that. Brewers money line. I love this tomorrow. Yes, homerism. But if you just look at Mizorowski's numbers, not to mention they didn't have to use the high leverage arms today out of the bullpen. Brewers are going to be just fine. They're going to get a couple of runs. They're going to be up 3-1 or something like that when Mizorowski leaves after 4 or 5, and then the bullpen will take over and hold it down. Give me the Brewers. I don't hate the under either. But if you can, over 1.5 Mizorowski walks. All
right. Well, I'm also on the Brewers, but that speech made me want to hedge out. Honestly.
You're going to be shitting yourself, and you'll be like, this fucking kid's been sitting in AAA this long? My God, what have the Brewers been doing?
I got some other points that aren't homerisms.
I don't know. You're on the Brewers too, Toast?
I haven't bet it yet. I wanted to talk to you guys.
I'm on it.
You guys know, I'm not in the voice chat like you guys. That's usually my dinner time. But, yeah, you can put the Brewers. I'll be in with you guys. Take all that. I mean, Mizorowski, to Trevor's credit, is a very highly touted prospect. This is a big day for all Brewers fans. That is in all seriousness. But for me, it's trying to target Sonny Gray on the road. Just like Trevor said, he is coming off a really good, like a 2-week period where he faced Detroit, Arizona, Texas, and the Dodgers. But keep in mind, 3 of those 4 starts were at home. On the road at Texas, I mean, with a team that can't hit. But besides that, his other road starts, the 14th of May against Philadelphia, he gave up 7 runs. The 20th of April, he went to the Mets, went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs. And then he faced Pittsburgh at the beginning of the year. Like Pittsburgh or Detroit, or Jesus, St. Louis has really tried to hide him from on the road. And I think this is a decent spot for the Brewers to get back into our good graces, at least with the bats are concerned. So I know that they faced some decent pitching with the Padres in Milwaukee the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks or so, for however you want to take it. But guys like Vasquez and Kolek have been pitching extremely well. Chris Sale has been pitching well. It was only a matter of time before Schwellenbach pitched well as well. So I do think that Milwaukee is very capable. And as Trevor mentioned, they should have their full bullpen rested behind him. So I do think this is a really good spot for Milwaukee. Also, keep in mind that this Cardinals team that everybody like to talk about, over their last 20 games, 10-10 their last 20, 4-6 their last 10. They're really kind of starting to fall off a little bit. I'm not trying to say the Cardinals are dead or anything, but what they were a month ago when they were, they're 18-12 their last 30. So what they were a month ago is a stark contrast from what they are today. I do think this is a little overpriced.
Yeah, that is more in line with what I was thinking, not that ridiculous bullshit you heard before that.
Like I was speaking, it was all facts.
Yeah. definitely facts. He during his thing, he goes, yeah, the only times he gives up runs is when he gives up home runs. Like, okay, well, that's not good.
4 of them. And 2 of them came in one game where he gave up 5.
So
5 in a game?
This
No, 5 earned off 2. And he had 2 home runs. Yeah.
So this dude's 6'7". He has clock 103. He does bring absolute smoke. That's true. But it's not really just a bet on him. More in line with what Toast was saying in his blurry ass camera. The Cardinals are trending in the wrong direction here. We talk about the Brewers bats being cold, but man, the Cardinals. Last 14 days, this is a below average lineup. They're 17th in WRC plus, 17th in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. They are trending the wrong way here. I mean, this lineup made Jose Berrios look elite. I mean, I don't like the Cardinals bats right now. I think they're entering a little bit, not even entering. I think they've entered a little bit of a lull. And yes, you could say the same thing about the Brewers, but they didn't have to travel. The Cardinals did. They remain home. Coming off an ugly loss to the Braves, this division series against the Cardinals, I think the building's going to be up for it. I think this is a good momentum shift spot for the Brewers. And look, this dates back multiple years. I'm always down to fade Sonny Gray on the road. I don't really like fading him at home, but I'm always down to fade Sonny Gray on the road. He's overdue to give us an absolute gas can. He's been pretty good recently. So, yeah, I like the Brewers at this number. I bet it. Trevor's speech makes me want to hedge out a little bit. Now, keep in mind that Spoon is pretty heavy on the other side here. In fact, I'll bring it up. We were split. We talked about this one in the voice chat for a while. So McIver's on Cards First 5. Charles is on the Brewers with us. Jonesy.
Attaboy, Charles.
Brewers team.
I rode your Orioles tonight. You better ride the
Here
Brewers
we go.
tomorrow.
So Sports Side Jacob is with Spoon on the Cardinals. So, all right.
Somebody asked in the comments about Yelich. I would guess no, unless Trevor, you know something, but I would guess no. The dude's made of glass. So,
well, okay, one, he's had back issues, but he's dealing with a little bit of wrist soreness. They're not gonna risk it right now. I mean, fuck you. He'll be just fine. They're just, a little precautionary. It's not a big deal. Just, you know what? We got plenty of outfielders, plenty of bats. Yelich, we'll get you back soon. He's going to be back and better than ever. Just a little precautionary.
Better than ever. Better than ever?
Okay, maybe not the MVP year.
He won an MVP.
It's a figure of speech, damn it.
It's an incorrect figure of speech.
It's just nasty. What are you talking about?
Yanks
We're like 6 years removed from an MVP year.
6 years removed. 6 years removed is I
was hoping that one just kind of slid by.
6 years.
I was going to let it go too.
6 years removed. That's a career. Toast. True or false? Will Warren pitches well?
I mean, I guess that can be true, and I can still win my bet. I played the over 8.5. I didn't play it today, so it probably ends up losing now that I actually play it. But Kansas City came through. I mean, at this point, I don't even really know how good Seth Lugo really is. I know that his name is really, really synonymous with being, all-star, Cy Young race last year and all that stuff. But, I mean, he's played the White Sox twice, Boston and Detroit his last 4 starts. And it really hasn't been that impressive, at least to me. And now he's facing a Yankees lineup that, as much as I try to criticize the Yankees as much as possible, they are just absolutely on fire right now. And it's going to be another nice day in Kansas City tomorrow. I have no reason to believe that the Yankees bats don't show up again tomorrow. And as far as Will Warren goes, I think that he was obviously really good against some weaker lineups like Texas, Seattle, Oakland, and Tampa Bay. And Colorado, that might add you, but I don't think he's nearly as bad as what he's shown against the Dodgers and Boston. I do think that it's capable. He gives up some runs here tomorrow, but at the same time, I don't really know if I would like him enough to bet the Royals on the side or anything like that. It's more or less, I think the Yankees can put up 5 or 6, and if the Royals can just put up 2 or 3, I think I'm going to be all right. So I played the over. So to answer your question, I don't know, probably not, I guess.
So I almost bet this over also, but it was because there was an 8.5 available for a minute.
That's what I bet.
Yeah, you got the 8.5. You can't get it anymore. In fact, there are 9.5s popping up now.
I paid 130 for it, just for the record.
I tried to get that exact same bet, and then I opened it up, the sportsbook, to grab it, and it was gone. So I missed the 8.5. I wanted to bet this over also, but I wanted the 8.5. I mean, it would still be over or pass. I think there is a chance that this closes up close to 9.5, but starting to push it a little bit with the Royals bats in there. Not to mention Seth Lugo's pitching. It's not like it's a scrub. It's a pass slightly into the over. Trev?
Yeah, over or Royals. Like, I know. I'm like a fucking dog chasing a car right now. Like, I don't know what to do when we're going to catch it when I actually win a Royals bet. But, the Yankees had one inning today. One inning. That's all they had, and they got 5 runs. I mean, they're lucky Devin Williams didn't blow that game. Like, when they brought him in, I was like, oh, shit, here we go. You know, we have a chance. He came in and shut the door. All right, so be it. But take out that one inning, the Yankees lose 2-1 off that Sal Perez homer in the 9th inning.
Are you
just
kidding
think about
me,
it.
dude?
Yo,
I'm sorry, do the math. Do the math. Do the
I made
math.
some bad points, but
Horrible.
Do the math.
Yo.
Do the math.
That's the worst take I've heard of the week, dude.
It was fucking true. They couldn't get it out, and then after that, he shut him down the first inning, no problem. The rest of the game, the rest of his outing, he was totally fine. He had one bad inning; they couldn't get it out. The BABIP had to be fucking crazy because they just couldn't get it. But after that, he was lights out. The bullpen was lights out. Royals got a few guys on, never did anything. It would still be an over or nothing. Will Warren on the road, not great, not sharp. He's much better at home. Lugo, I think, is just due for an absolutely dominant showing, and everyone's just going to bet the Yankees again. I get it. That was my logic last night, but without that one inning,
Stop it. Don't do it again.
I'm just saying, they got 5 of one fucking inning, and then they got 1 run in what was this, the 7th
Without
inning.
that one inning, the Royals win 2-1. That's ridiculous. That's like saying if Gardner Minshew didn't throw those 4 interceptions, the Raiders might have won. But he did throw them. Real quick, there's been a request.
These messages were brought to you by Fake Sharp Incorporated.
I'm just telling you, the Royals are due to just explode again, and Will Warren's the kind of guy that can do that.
You know what? You're right. If the Yankees didn't score those 16 runs, the Royals would have won the game. So it's a good point.
It's spot the lie.
God, dude.
I'm not going to bet it, but I want to bet the Royals.
Such a horrible take. I want to take the Yankees now because of that take. All right.
You might get
Pirates on the
lay
road.
150 with Will Warren.
Well, Warren's not. No, never mind. The thing is, even if he's pitching well, he just won't go deep into the game. So it's hard to.
Yeah.
This next one, quick one for me. You got wind blowing in at Wrigley. Only be under a pass. Andrew Heaney's been pretty good, and the Cubs have been struggling to get to lefties. So I should be comfortable throwing this down. I just have a feeling Heaney's going to get hit up. And actually, Spoon was talking about. I think it was Spoon was talking about in the voice chat. He thinks the Cubs are going to score. I don't think he actually had a bet or anything in the game, but he was thinking the Cubs get to Heaney as well. So under a pass, it's Wrigley Field with the wind blowing in, so it's just under a pass for me. Toast.
Yeah, it would be Cubs minus 1.5 at plus 108 on DraftKings.
Cubs run line at home with the wind blowing in.
Again, I'm not going to bet it, but I mean, to act like Jameson Taillon hasn't been like absolutely fantastic, I mean, you just kind of have to like turn a blind eye to it if you're not looking at what he's doing this year. So, I mean, he's consistently going essentially 6+ innings and giving you 1 or 2 run baseball, regardless of the competition level. He had one bad start on the road against the Mets where he got absolutely obliterated in 4 innings. But besides that, he's been borderline magnificent. And as far as Andrew Heaney goes, yeah, he's been good. Again, only 3 road starts, 2 of them. One of them was against Arizona. That was bad. The other one was against Philly, and the other one was against the Padres. I mean, the Phillies and the Padres offenses are so hit or miss for me, especially the Padres. I mean, they're just downright terrible. So it doesn't really do much for me. So the Cubs already got to him once this year as well. Again, that game wasn't in Wrigley with the wind blowing in. That was in Pittsburgh, but still. I also just think that this Cubs team is just exponentially better. So I know that Pittsburgh went on a little bit of a winning streak, but at still the same time, even coming home from a road trip and wind blowing in, I still think that the Cubs put up at least 3 or 4. And if Pittsburgh scores 3, then so be it. But I think it's like a 4-2 type of game. And the Cubs cover this.
I don't necessarily hate it. Got an interesting comment here. Sometimes I feel like my passed away grandma reincarnated and became Jonesy when I hear some of his arguments. Reminds me of her. Sad face.
Sad face.
What do you have to say to that, Jonesy?
I'm speechless. Like
I think it's a compliment.
I don't know. I was gonna say, am I supposed to take
hard
this as
hitting
a
stuff?
compliment, or-
Hard hitting stuff.
Sorry about your grandmother. Condolences. No idea. No idea.
Go ahead, Jonesy.
Yeah, it would be under or just basically under. You got wind blowing in at Wrigley tomorrow. Cubs can't hit lefties. Pirates, we already know they can't hit anything anyway. So it would just be an under or nothing. I don't know. PCA maybe. RBI, hits, runs, RBI, something like that. I mean, a steal. But I know he's facing a lefty, but the he's fast as fuck, boy. Like, he's got wheels. Maybe hits, runs, RBIs or something, but I like the under in this one. Neither team can hit. Cubs again, lefties, and we got wind blowing in at Wrigley. So, 3-1, 4-2, yeah, something like that. That feels about right.
I was gonna say, if you do like the under, I think the first 5 under 4.5 minus 130 on DraftKings is a really good.
That's
bet,
what they like. Actually, I'll bring this up.
Yeah.
They like that. Charles and Shriek, the two hosts of the Voice Chat, are both on the first 5 under. Look at this here, McIver and WLB. Pirates first 5 money line. McIver, I saw you in the comments, bro. Are you going to explain this? I didn't hear them talk about this. Did they give any good reasoning?
I mean, it's probably like Cubs versus lefty is one of the main focal point in that one.
Yeah, but the Pirates still have to hit Tyone.
I mean, I was going to say, besides that, but if you want to make the case that Pittsburgh's playing better right now, and if they think that Tyones isn't going to pitch well or pitching over his head,
he's been
excellent. Might have I'm saying if they're making that point, I'm just trying to figure out how you would get there. Not to mention you have Chicago coming home from a road trip in Washington, Detroit, then Philadelphia without a day off. So it could be a sleepy spot early in this game. I mean,
are they returning from a big road trip like that?
Yeah, like I get it. Like it's not. I don't hate the first 5. It's not too crazy. I don't know what the price is, but if you're looking at 145,
a 3-city road trip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not too crazy. I don't think it's that crazy. That's why I like the first 5 under 5. That's why I had it circled. The only reason I didn't bet it is because of that Boston game that I lost today. Just killed me.
Let me glance at something real quick. What about...
I had first 5 under 5.5 until that.
Yeah, pain for you.
Guys, what about... Because I didn't bet this game as of right now, but what about...
I didn't either.
What about possibly a Cubs team total under if you can get a 4.5? Is that possible?
Don't hate it.
Because they're probably not going to bat in the bottom of the 9th.
Is it going to?
You can get a 4.5 under minus 135.
I don't hate that. I mean,
right?
Yeah, very good point with the road trip, and then they're going to come in. You got Wrigley, wind blowing in, and then you're going to go against the lefty.
Though. That means I have to trust Heaney.
Yeah, but just bank on the numbers of the Cubs versus lefty starters lately. I mean,
YOLO.
Fuck it, I'll do that with you. I actually like that better than the under. I like that. Like this game screams like 3-1, 4-2, something.
What's crazy is that now I'm looking at like the Cubs and at home, dude. They have played like nobody at home. Like maybe the Reds, Colorado, the White Sox, Miami, the Giants.
Don't call him fraudulent, Sean Murrow in the Cubs fans.
Yo,
brigade.
I was gonna say, I know that you're already off that train, but Jesus Christ!
No, do not insult the Cubs fans. God forbid.
At home?
God
no
forbid.
wonder you're 20-11 at home.
Sean Murrow is like the ringleader of the Cubs fans in the comments. They come out with like a pitchfork.
Yo.
I actually hope the Pirates win tomorrow. Oh, my God, that would be beautiful. Mizorowski dominating win, and then the Cubs lose to Andrew Heaney at
Although,
home.
you know who has passed the Cubs on my list of most annoying? Tigers fans. I've already had enough.
Come on. They've had nothing for years. Let them have it.
Okay, let's be realistic, though. So I just placed this bet. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I did.
Yankees fans are actually like the worst, and Phillies.
Yeah, but they're always the worst.
No, I know. I guess it's a given. But
yeah,
still.
that's year after year.
Like they're just like, whatever.
So I just bet this. Cubs team total under 4.5. I don't think they bat in the bottom of the 9th. I know I have to trust Heaney, and I am a little bit nervous that like the dam's eventually going to burst there for Andrew Heaney, that he can't keep this up for much longer. But the Cubs have not been hitting lefty starters. Wind blowing in at Wrigley. They probably don't bat in the bottom of the 9th. We're talking about getting to 5 runs in only 8 innings. I'm in.
You know, I'm going to start doing a spreadsheet of like the wind blowing in and what the Cubs score, because I don't think it's as good as what people think. You know what I mean?
Well, they scored a bunch of runs at home to start the season.
I know, and that's why I'm looking at it. Like they have like a lot. I mean,
it's come back down to earth.
Yeah, a lot of them go over 4.5, but a lot of this stuff was scoring 13 in Arizona, 11 against the Dodgers. I mean, just big numbers. Anyway, sorry.
Hey, a shout out Free Thinker in the chat. He found Mizorowski over 1.5 walks minus 130 on 365. If I can get it tomorrow, if it's listed on Guadalajara, I'm going to bet it with you. But I will be on Brewers money line regardless.
Toast, true or false? Framber deals.
True. It would be under or pass for me in this game. More or less, probably. I don't know. I'm probably not going to actually bet it, but I have no reason to believe that Framber doesn't pitch well. I mean, his last 3 starts at home against Tampa Bay, Seattle, and the Royals. I think 14 plus 10. So 23 innings, 3 runs. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic at home or on the road. I also think there's a little bit of a revenge factor here because he got kind of lit up in Chicago when he played them on the road earlier last month. And then as far as Davis Martin is concerned, Davis Martin's been pitching pretty damn well. Going deep into games, giving you 2 or 3 run baseball for the most part. On the road against the Royals and Baltimore, gave up 4 each, but again, he's been pitching pretty good. So I think this total is 7.5 for a reason. I think both pitchers can pitch well. I would definitely lean Astros, but again, it's a heavy price to pay. I just don't think we see a whole bunch of runs here tomorrow. So under 7.5 if I had to bet it.
Pass.
Agreed.
Yeah, this would be a Framber under earned runs. I don't see a line. I'm gonna guess it's 1.5, something like that. Or Framber 8+ strikeouts. I'm seeing plus 112.
Is it Framber? I thought it was Framber.
Thought it was Flamber. It wasn't somebody in the voice chat was calling
what do they
Flamber.
call it? Oh, Flamber.
I think it was like Flamber or something.
Everybody they give him crap because they know I like Framber. Everybody likes to talk shit.
I like him too. But under earned or over strikeouts, A+ is 112 on FanDuel. I'm not sure where you get it, but his last couple games, 11-9-5 against Seattle, 8-7-7 strikeouts in his last 6 games. He's been really good. White Sox, I know they've been hitting a lot lately, but this minus 120, like first run line, the 250, like it just screams this game is going to be like 4-1, something like that. And Framber just goes like 7-8 innings and just absolutely shoves his shit all over the White Sox here. So I like Framber any way you want to bet it, whether you want strikeouts, under earned runs, anything like that. A nice record a win price, minus 110, something like that. If maybe you can get even money. I like that too. So honestly, Framber anyway, I don't think you can really go wrong in this one tomorrow. I think he's going to be just fine, and it's going to be a dominant showing.
Yeah, no interest in this. So that's it. Betting league stuff, guys. Give me like 30 minutes. I'll have up the standings. Yeah, I'll be up for a little while. If you need me, hit me up in the Discord. Talk to you all tomorrow.